Hey everybody, this is going to be part 2 of this ThyssenKrupp binder that I have received. Now, we're going on to signal fixtures. Like I did say in the last part, this is going to be a 2-part video. So now we're on signal fixtures. Please just allow me to... There we go. Alright, signal fixtures time. Here we go. Let's start with the Aurora fixtures. Wish I could find some of these. They're quite nice. So there's like a big picture for an Aurora call button, someone pressing it. Aurora for new installations. So that means not commonly used for modernization. As always, pause if you want to read that. Yeah, this is like just... So anyway, here's like the pieces. So, A, the main car station. B is the combination hall lantern and position indicator, that right there. C, position indicator. D is the combination hall station with fire service key switch, which is that right there. That says D. And E is the fire key switch. There's F and G, intermediate hall station and terminal hall station. F and G. Just making sure my computer doesn't go to sleep. H and I are the vertical hall lanterns with triangular lenses. J and K are just horizontal. And L and M are quite interesting. I've never seen Aurora lanterns with circular lenses. Those must be like rare, because... And of course, ThyssenKrupp Elevator on the back. Alright, next one. 3 minutes in. Oh, sorry about that. I had to stretch my legs. So, traditional fixtures. I believe this is the older style traditional, however. Traditional fixtures for a timeless look. Sorry about that scraping. Traditional fixtures commonly used for modernizations. Sorry about that, there is construction going on next door to my place. So there's someone riding. So as always, pause if you want to read that. There's the main car station. Pan. B is the easy riser hall station. Oh, I guess that's like where like it's not completely onto the wall. And number C, that's interesting. I've never seen one like that before. That'd be like the lobby panel. Never seen one like that. And D is a combination hall lantern and square position indicator. Clearly a ripoff of a 1970s or 80s Dover light indicator. And E is kind of looks like a Otis Lexan indicator from the 1970s. That's a circle. F is obviously intermediate call station. G is a hall station with the fire service key switch. And then obviously those are just triangular lenses. ThyssenKrupp Elevator on the back. And here we go. The vandal resistant fixtures. The ones that look like Epco Survivor Plus. I guess we'll look at the back first for a change. Why not? ThyssenKrupp Elevator. Alright, let's look inside. So as you probably know, these are like more found on like parking garage elevators or service elevators. That's what these would be more used for. Certain store elevators. So as always, we got the products. Vandal resistant fixtures for tough duty. There's the main car station. Position indicator, which I think is kind of ugly. Yeah, I don't really like that position indicator, like with the dots that light up. I think it's kind of hideous, to be, in my opinion. Vertical hall lantern, and then D is just horizontal. Then E is the intermediate hall station, and F is obviously the call button with the fire service key switch. Anyway, that's it for that one. Now we're on to the last section, pretty much. Cabs. Once it'll focus, there we go. Here we go, elevator cab workbook. I like that cab. Hang on a second. Sorry about that. So let's take it out. We're getting close to the end now. So here we go. As always, pause if you want to read that, if I didn't already say it for the 10,000th time. Here's just like a standard cab, you know, with impulse fixtures. So A is apparently a suspended ceiling. B, black door, obviously. C is the front, obviously, which is the panel. D, plastic laminate wall. It looks like wood, but it's fake wood. And E is obviously the carpet, as you can see. Also, notice you can kind of, if it'll focus, you can see it's kind of got the blue door buttons like an older Dover Impulse. And that's, so yeah. Sorry about that, it fell off my wall options. Here we go, panel options. So here we got like nicer cars. I really like that cab. That's really nice. It might not be the nicest thing in the entire world, but still, it's nice. So you got like mahogany, cherry, red oak, and maple finishes. So, applied panels and reveals. So, we've been going for like 9 minutes and 25 seconds so far. The front options. Look at that, look at that. See how that's got like an impulse panel, but if you look here, it's kind of like the panel's kind of on a slant like an older elevator. So this could have been like modernized, or if it's just a custom install. And obviously And then see how it looks like that's a typical shape for an older elevator, like how the notice how like the COPs would be on those slants there, like on an older elevator. Alright, doors, sills, and binder options. So these are like typical door configurations. You got center open door, single slide door, and a 2-speed door. Binder option, that's interesting. And then there's like the sills, like the door track. Anyway, oh, here we go. So we got ceiling options. And this is a unique ceiling here, kind of like a backlit ceiling. That's kind of a nice ceiling. That one's really interesting, the G. D. So yeah, as always, pause if you want to read it. And then here are the handrail options. There's like a typical rounded handrail, wooden handrails, and then there's like typical flat-edged handrails, and there's some like split hand. Anyway, custom cabs. Sorry about that. So these are some really nice cabs. Custom impulse. Nice like marble floor, something like that. And here's like a checklist. Check this out. Yep. Then there's the glass back options, like scenic elevators commonly found in open air buildings. And here are some other options like, you know, engraved signage. And then there's like extended cab, which is basically just a higher ceiling, and of course protection pads, commonly used for certain service elevators. As always, pause if you want to read that, if I didn't say that enough. Anyway, look at the back. See, a little bit of the front picture extends there. Anyway, that's it for this one. Let's put it away. And yep, we got this. It's just a single page, by the way. What this is about. And stupid pump. Alright, and this is a little thing. This one's a bit interesting here. This is about, and it's not stapled as you can see. And if you look here, It says licensed to Durham College on October 28th, not for sale or distribution. But we're gonna look anyway. So basically just not much there. So basically, like, to get elevators installed in your house, like if you're handicapped, something like that. I think this is like 30 pages, 40 pages. Table contents. July 2000. And focus camera. There we go. So here we go. Oh. Camera, focus. There we go. Preface. I'm going to pan the camera slowly so you can read it. That's just a blank sheet. Alright, so basically, like, these are like the features of a handicapped lift in a residential handicapped lift. I've been going 17 minutes on this part, so I think making this a two-part video was a wise idea. Trying to go through this. This might be the longest part because there are quite a few pages. There are over 30 pages. Did I read this one out? I'm pretty sure I did. So, anyway, I still hope you enjoy this video. It might get a bit boring to watch, I do understand that. But, like, please don't leave too harsh comments, okay? I would appreciate it, like... On page 11, 19 minutes into this video. $13. Come on, there we go. Okay. And of course, an airplane's flying over my house. I don't think you can really hear it though. 20 minutes. Well, I do think this part's going to be longer than the last part, mainly because of this collection of pages. So yes, making this a 2-part video, definitely a wise idea. So we're on page 22, so at this rate we'll be there before long. But yeah, just like panning it, at least so you can kind of see it. Should make it a bit easy to read. 21 minutes. Last one was 21 minutes and 15 seconds. Page 25. We're getting close to the end. This one looks more like it's about like emergency. Yep, always have to be prepared for emergencies. Alright, we're getting close to the end. Couple more pages left. So, I think this one's for like a, it's kind of, oh, this is like for a platform wheelchair lift. Okay, anyway, that's just blank. Anyway, so, sorry this video was so long, but anyway, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed that. So, anyway, so I guess I should have made this a 3-parter, but oh well. 2 minutes is good enough. I mean, 2 parts is good enough. This video has probably been going on for like 23 minutes, so it's already been over 2 minutes longer than the last part. So, anyway, that's it. And I hope you enjoyed. See, there's a little thing to put. Anyway, that is it. I hope you enjoyed.